Found Jesus.
I found Jesus when I saw a tree do the nay-nay.
Good.
We're going on a walkabout in a car.
Yeah. A drive about.
Yes. This goes back into one lane. I don't really know why it splits into two. Because it goes back into one, I think, like, pretty soon. But, like, right up at that turn.
Yeah. Maybe they expected that intersection to eventually have
Something.
more poppin' business around it.
Yeah, there's not anything
There's-
popping here.
There's fucking nothing.
Except for, like, Cousin Tina's boner or something. Maybe it is...
This is gonna be a really shaky video.
Yeah, maybe... That was the first time I looked at the camera in a while, and it was just... What the fuck?
It's because we're on a bumpy road.
Yeah.
There we go. A little bit more smooth.
Before you pointed out that the camera was so shaky, I was about to say maybe it doesn't merge back and I'm just dumb. But no, it did. We're in one lane again. You know what I wish you could do?
Huh.
I wish you could change cameras in the middle of recording and not have to stop.
Yeah. You can do that on, like, Snapchat video,
Okay.
but nowhere else.
Yeah. Because, like, that would be nice, because I'm pretty sure the camera is free right here. Like, we could just, like, show the road or something, but,
Yeah.
you know.
Turn around. Turn around.
I was about to do that. And then I was like, what is he about to say? And then, yeah. God.
But yeah, I got an email this morning with a grade for one of my music history assignments. And it was like the last grade I was going to get for this semester. And after adding all of my points up, at least with my own calculator, it came out to a 64.5%, round up to 65%, which is a D by our college's standards. But as an education major, I'm pretty sure I need a C or higher to be considered passing a class.
You do. That wasn't for you. That was
Yeah.
just a second opinion.
But I emailed my professor kind of, what's the word? Not retort. Is it retort? I don't know.
No, not rhetorically. A rebuttal.
Rebuttal, yeah, that's what I was looking for. As a rebuttal to her grading on my final little, like, essay paper, whatever.
Yeah.
Because some of the information that she said I should have written was something that I legitimately couldn't find. Like, legitimately the genre of a piece was what she called a theme and variations, which I've never even heard of that being described as a genre.
Always form.
I've just heard it as a form, but according to her, form is genre.
Which I've never heard before and he's never heard before, so what the fuck?
Yeah.
Not all college dropouts are dumb.
But anyway, I emailed her a rebuttal, and at the end of it, I was just like, please don't fail me, because, man, I really would like to not have to change my major.
That, but in my words.
Yeah. Because he had more professional sounding words than I did.
I'm good at... I know what to say, when to say it. I'm good at picking the right words.
Sometimes I am, sometimes
This is where
I'm
I
not.
could have worked.
If
I'm kind of glad I didn't.
if they ever would have called you back.
Yeah.
then when you called them, they yelled at you.
No, that was the other Dollar General.
Oh, that was the other one? Okay.
Yeah, that was the one in Houghton.
So that one just never called back.
Yeah, I went to an interview. They said, cool, you qualify for the job, and you seem like you're motivated to do it. Just send us your schedule, and then we will call you. So I sent them my schedule. Never got anything back. I called them, and they said they don't know who the fuck I am.
Nice.
And so I just gave up. Imagine if Roger is on his way, like if Roger arrives at our house to surprise us, to be like, hey guys, it's been a while. And then, like, we're not there.
I know
that wouldn't happen because Texas is closed, but...
Well, people are allowed to come into Louisiana, but
they
Texas,
can't go back.
Yeah, Texas isn't allowing people to come from Louisiana.
Yeah, that's why I said, like, Texas is closed.
Yeah.
So we're sorry, but Earth is closed today. This is the craziest fucking situation. We're recording this in the middle of the COVID-19. Well, near the end of it, I hope. It's
What's
late
today?
April.
Today is April 20...
It's 27th.
Okay, sure. We'll say that's the date.
Right, it's Monday. Your recital was on the 25th on Saturday, so it's 27th.
Yeah.
No, it's Tuesday. It's the 28th.
Oh, man.
Wait.
Yes, it's Tuesday. I just had my video class.
Yeah, it's Tuesday, but does that mean it's the 27th or the 28th?
The 28th.
6, 7, 8. Yes. Haha. You were right. I used to keep up with the date when I worked in the deli because we had to mark meat.
Yeah.
But now I don't. I don't have to mark shit.
I used to keep up with the day because I had to go to the right classes.
Yeah.
Now I don't.
Yeah. I didn't give, like, when I worked in the deli, I didn't give a shit about what day of the week it was. I just had to know what number it was. Now I don't give a shit about either because the only time we pull things off of shelves when we're checking dates is if it's, like, the past month. Like, if it's a couple dates out, like, if it's a couple days out, we don't really look for that, you know? I don't know, that sounds weird, but we literally, like, look at it, and if it says M-A-R, we throw it away. If it says A-P-R, we keep it on the shelf. And so, if it says M-A-Y, it stays there. If it says 2018, it goes away. I found some dog treats the other day that went out in 2018.
Nice.
So I can only assume they were made in 2016 or 2017. Jesus fucking Christ.
Horses.
Did you see that horse's back?
No.
It looks like a U.
Has a very fat owner.
Yeah. Saddleback. Hate that. But, you know, what am I gonna do about that? Jack fucking shit.
But, I got a response to my rebuttal, and my teacher essentially said, I don't like your reasonings, but you're not in jeopardy of failing my class. So, after getting that, I needed something to relax. Cooper suggested going for a drive.
Yeah.
So now we're on a drive.
Because your hands were kind of shaking.
My hands were very shaky.
And a hug didn't help. So. I need to learn how to type.
What do you mean?
I can't type. My typing is pecking at things.
Gotcha.
And I feel like if I were better at typing, I'd be better at a lot of aspects of my current life. Their windshield wipers were full blast.
If you get back into League, you will be able to type very fast because you will be flaming a lot of people.
No, but that's the problem. I can't type fast, so I can't do that.
But you'll get there.
I don't know how to start typing fast.
You'll get there because you'll need to.
I can type 8 words a minute. And if that's if all of the words are A, I...
A-E-I-O-U.
Yeah. No, I thought about, like, just doing, like, a free online, like, thing where it's like, this is how you type. Ta-da. And then, like, practicing and whatnot. Primarily, it's so that I can type commands faster in Minecraft and so that I can, like, type in chat rooms and things like that
Yeah.
faster. Because, like, you can type really fast. My mom can type maybe twice as fast as you. Because she's worked with computers her whole life.
Yeah.
So she has to type quickly. And I'm just like, words do good. And Ashley's even worse.
One thing I could actually legitimately suggest instead of just trying to flame on League,
Yeah.
would be just start writing like a little mini story in Microsoft Word.
Yeah.
And remember, like, do you know where your fingers are supposed to center?
Not a clue.
Okay. So, on...
Are you about to read a book to me about how to swim?
Yes.
Okay, then we can do this when we get home if you want.
I'm legit just gonna tell you, like,
Okay.
on your keyboard, like, of all of the letter keys, there are 2 that have, like, little, like, upwards indentions.
Escape and F.
And there's one, like, it's F, and then there's, the right hand is J.
We're, below the camera, we're doing jazz hands.
Spirit
Magical fingers.
Spirit fingers.
I'm gonna diddle your wife. I'm gonna diddle your kid more like.
I'm currently trying to imagine a keyboard in front of me, so it's ASDF, like ASDF. 2 keys, and then your right hand goes there, and that's literally like where your hand should be
So
centered.
L.
What is it? ASDF GH?
Fuck if I know.
I think. Pull out your phone and look at your keyboard.
ASDF GH JKL.
Yeah, so you should be centered on F and J should be your index fingers. Stop trying to do it on your damn phone. I hate you.
Here, maybe this.
No. Still no.
I have sausage fingers. It helps where it matters. It does not help getting the Pringles out of the bottom of the can.
No. You just have to tilt that fucker.
Yeah. Honestly, I just eat Pringles, like, I open the can and then do this and then I'm done. Like, I drink it like a soda or like a glass of water.
Fantastic.
I haven't ever bought Pringles. The last time I had Pringles was, like, as a kid. Because my mom bought Pringles to put in her lunch. or something like that. My mom
Yeah.
never really made our lunch, but, like,
I've
you
got
know.
Pringles in my room.
Yeah.
In that, like, multi-pack box.
Yeah, like the little single-serve Pringles.
No, it's like mini cylinders.
Ah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We sell those at Super One. We also sell regular things of Pringles.
Yes.
And even smaller things of Pringles. You want to know what I want to see?
Huh.
A single shrink-wrapped Pringle.
One single Pringle.
Yeah, like, you get... What it is there's, like, empty tubes, and then, like, shrink-wrapped Pringles, and it's, like, make your own tube of Pringles. And they're, like, different flavors.
So you just mix and match flavors of Pringles.
Yeah, just, like, you... Yeah.
Pringles did have a commercial a few years back where they wanted people to, like, mix and match different flavors of
Yeah, like
Pringles
stack
together.
them on top of each. Yeah. The thing is I did that as a kid.
And
the first thing that I did was barbecue and sour cream and onion.
Interesting.
And it did not work.
Yeah, I bet.
And so I stopped because what the fuck mixes with Pringles barbecue or like any chips barbecue seasoning? Because that shit is sweet as fuck.
Yeah.
That's the only sweet chip that I know of. And so...
You could do like a barbecue pizza because they have a pizza flavor.
Yeah, or you could do, like, moving away from the barbecue, I bet the sour cream and onion and the cheddar sour cream would be pretty good.
Probably, yeah.
Because, number one, cheese makes everything better. Number two, that's the only other fucking ingredient other than sour cream and onion. It's just sour cream, onion, and cheese. Oh, I need to make... So... something my mom likes, and we dip like Ruffles. I haven't had Ruffles in for fucking ever. I just don't eat chips.
Yeah.
I don't eat chips, and so
I eat
like
a good bit of chips whenever I'm at Kimberly's.
Yeah. Pretty much any neutral flavored chip works really well with this, or like crackers or something like that. We made French onion dip, but we got the like Lipton for like onion soup mix.
Okay.
And like mixed that in with like a full-on 16-ounce thing of sour cream. You just mix one of the packets in with that, mix it together, and then that's your dip. That recipe used to be on the back of the box. My mom loves that. I really like it as well. I need to do that again because that stuff is good. Have you ever done that?
No.
Okay, it's good. We can get some chips and some dips for our next game night.
There is so much nothingness this direction.
Yeah, welcome to fucking Natchez. Are we still in Natchez?
I don't know where the fuck we are. I know we've been on a straightaway, so it's not like we're lost.
Yeah.
But I don't know where we are.
Yeah. In between Natchitoches and Houghton, which is the other way. I know at some point I drive through Coshada, and I think that's the only civilization that's in between there. I'm not sure if the civilization is Coshada, but I know Coshada is in between those two, and I drive through it.
Yeah.
So I think that the civilized area is Coshada, and the rest of it is just like little congregations of trailers, pretty much. Because I never drive the interstate back to Houghton, you know. Because the back way's faster and prettier, so. If you want to, we could pull over and sit down for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did just rain everywhere.
I used to do that as a kid, regardless. Like, I would just wander through the woods and then find, like, a fallen tree or something and then sit on that for a while and just be there. We're in Derry, but spelled D-E-R-R-Y. Unless...
Dry. We're in Louisiana.
How would you pronounce it in Cajun French?
Dry.
Dry.
Dry. I don't even know how Cajun French like pronounces things. Like I know we have the go
Fucked up. That's how you pronounce it in Cajun French.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not what Cajun French is it's just redneck French.
Random Bank of Montgomery out here.
There's nothing here for miles, and then there's my bank? My bank. In the middle of farmland.
I mean...
And I think that building is bigger than the one that I opened my account in.
I mean, people gotta start a bank account somewhere. They gotta have their money saved
They
somewhere.
can't just keep it up their cow's ass or something?
I mean, if they really try, I guess they can.
They don't bury their gold under the nearest oak tree? I wonder how many bones are in these fields.
Probably a good few.
I wonder how many human bones are in these fields.
Well, we're in Louisiana. Slavery existed, so probably a good few.
Yeah. I wonder how long it'll take for them to turn into
Fossil fuels.
oil. Yeah. I wonder how long it'll take for the United States to infiltrate Louisiana. Halfway through that sentence, I realized that it was dumb, and now I'm just going with it. They're gonna send troops out to the middle of fucking Clouderville.
I mean...
Cloudierville? Wait, did that say Cloudierville?
It's something like that, man. I have no idea.
Clitorisville. Highway Market. Cool. Yeah, it's Cloudierville.
Hey, officer. How you doing?
Were you just making sure you were like...
I haven't seen the speed limit sign except for that one.
That one was 55.
Yeah.
I believe that was the first one since we left Natchez.
Yeah.
Which I don't know when we left Natchez, but I know it was like around Dollar General.
We left Natchez, we hit Derry, we hit Cloudierville. Now we're headed towards...
Wait, we're headed towards Alexandria?
We did just turn right, so I guess we're probably headed a little bit south now.
Huh. I've never been to Alexandria.
I was
Today is not the day.
No, today's not the day. We're not making that long. But I was planning on using that intersection back there to turn around. Oh, that cop's just gonna sit there. He's speed trapping people.
Oh.
He's looking for somebody to get, or he's just full on U-turning and going away.
Either way,
Okay.
when do you want to head back?
At the nearest place that I see to turn. I
Okay.
could do it right here,
Just
but
pop your handbrake. Flip the car.
that is
Spring Hill Baptist Church.
Fuck, I've been watching a lot of Simpsons, so Spring Hill is just like, what?
Oh. Did you just get triggered by a Baptist church in the middle of buttfuck nowhere?
Yes.
Because I'm sorry, we're in buttfuck nowhere. And I know because I lived in the woods my whole life.
Yeah.
I know what buttfuck nowhere looks like. And it looks like this.
I always lived, like, on the outskirts of town.
Yeah.
That way, like, if we wanted to have a bonfire in our backyard, there
You
was
could
no
do that.
city limitation against it.
Yeah.
Because we like to do bonfires. I didn't even know that was like a thing that the city didn't allow until I lived here or like just off campus.
Yeah.
Because I was like, let's have a fire in our backyard when we had the North Street house, the big one.
Yeah. And then they were just like,
And they were like, we can't do that. And I was like, what do you mean? We have so many boxes. Let's just burn shit.
same. Because my dad took peritoneal dialysis, which produces boxes like motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh, most of my childhood until my dad died, one wall of my parents' bedroom was just peritoneal boxes. And then I learned how to change out his bags. And so we would just throw our boxes out of the back door, which didn't have any stairs, but it was right next to my mom and dad's bedroom. So we would do that and then throw the box out back. It'd get rained on, it'd get blown around. But then, like, of course there's church. We're in the middle of the Bible Belt.
But they're always going to be Baptist.
Yes. But every, like, 2 weeks or something, my sister and I would be sent out and we'd collect all of the nearby boxes, put them in our fire area. We didn't have a pit. It was just a burnt patch in the grass.
Yeah.
And we'd set fire to them. And we lived in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, so no one cared. And then whenever we moved to Houghton, I wanted to have a fire, and they were like, no, we can't right now. There's a burn ban. And I was like, what the fuck is a burn ban? It's like, you can't light a fire because a bigger fire could start. And it's like, where's that been my whole fucking childhood?
Yeah.
Like, and now that I live in an actual city, it's like you can't start fires.
Yeah.
Regardless of if it just rained or something.
It's got to be a barbecue or a tiny little fire pit.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
So I'm used to lighting big ass fires. We almost set a pine tree right next, like 3 feet away from our trailer was a pine tree.
Mm-hmm.
We almost set that on fire once. From flame going so high that it almost lit a branch on fire.
Nice.
Regularly, ashes would fall from our fire on top of our roof. Because we were burning cardboard boxes. And so, like, they would burn, a little bit of ash would come off of it and then get lifted into the air. Sometimes maybe like 100 feet up. I would try to follow them and catch them in my hands. That's what I did to entertain myself during these fires. I would jump over the fire. I would catch burning ashes in my hands. It never really hurt after a while.
Yeah.
And then I'd throw pine cones in the fire because they blew up.
My papa, when I was like 6 or 7 years old, bought a camp in Mississippi.
Yeah.
Real old house, really needed to be fixed up, but luckily my papa, dad, and great-grandfather, who was still alive at the time, all really liked doing handiwork.
Yeah.
So we spent like weekend after weekend for about 3 years fixing this whole place up. I'm just going to use this corner as a U-turn.
Okay.
But we spent like...
middle of chopping.
Yeah. We spent years fixing that place up, and, you know, after fixing it up, adding on a patio area to the front of it, and adding a bunch of other shit, We're nuts. Little Eva's Pecan House.
Just ahead on the left.
Yeah, we just passed it.
Yeah.
But we had so much lumber consistently. Plus, there were a bunch of trails that just kind of went around the forest area because it was a good few acres that he owned.
Yeah.
But every time a storm came through, limbs fell on the trails, and so we would go clear trails, and we just ended up with these massive fire piles.
Yeah.
And we would burn them for like every Thanksgiving. So he'd store up piles of shit the whole year till Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yeah.
And we'd have one pile that we'd burn on one side for Thanksgiving, and then the other side was for Christmas.
Nice.
It was fun.
Yeah.
But last year, or no, the year before last, because last year we didn't really have my family together for Thanksgiving because family drama. But the year before, there was some remodeling that he was doing in one room, and he like painted around and shit, and I guess he decided that he was going to burn paint cans, which I think is illegal.
Yeah.
But
I think it is.
I don't think he's gonna go to prison because he's almost dead anyway.
Yeah, I don't think it really matters. And also, I think statute of limitations probably passed a while back on it anyway.
Yeah.
So.
But it was fun because said paint cans blew up while I was very close to the fire.
Like, probably significantly less dramatic than that, but same thing with the pine cones that I threw into the fire.
Yeah.
Because pine cones fucking blow. Like,
bamboo pops a lot.
My grandma had bamboo growing in her backyard, and sometimes we would burn over there. And see, the thing is, it's mostly water.
Yeah.
And so the part that isn't water catches fire, and then the water goes.
Yeah. There was just like a couple patches of bamboo on the camp, and so every once in a while we would throw something into the fire.
Yeah.
It pops so much. It was fun.
Yeah. I loved playing with fire as a kid.
See,
I
still love fire.
Yeah, I do too. I like watching fire, but I don't anymore.
It sets off that inner like monkey caveman like fire.
Yeah. I remember when like a few months after my mom first got sick, our preacher at our church was really good friends with my stepdad. He came over to our house. He was the first person that ever acknowledged that my mom was sick.
Mm-hmm.
And I say a few months, it was probably about a year after she got sick. He was the first person from our church that ever acknowledged that my mom was sick, because we had stopped going to church because she just couldn't. So he came over to our house and we lit a fire in on the back porch. And he read a little bit of scripture, of course, and then he did a little sermon or whatever. And then Mom and Ashley went inside, and myself, Ben, who's the preacher, and Michael, my stepdad, we just sat outside. They talked for a little while. They talked to me, and I talked whatnot. Very little. But most of the time, we were just sitting there staring at the fire for maybe an hour and a half. It was fun.
Yeah.
And to the point where I remember it, you know. But I probably wouldn't have remembered that if we weren't talking about that, you know.
Yeah. There's Spring Hill Baptist.
Yeah.
I don't think that building is still working. I think that sign is just still there.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone goes to Spring Hill Baptist.
Yeah. So I'm probably just gonna help you through just straight uploading this video.
Yeah.
Once we're done. Because, I mean...
This is an episode.
Yeah. We haven't uploaded anything in a while. We have some stuff from the past that we need to upload.
Yeah.
But this is an episode that doesn't really need to be cut down a lot.
Yeah.
And so I don't really care enough to do it.
Same.
So we can just straight upload this. And it cuts out the middleman. But yeah, that was a good little drive. About 30 minutes at a time.
Yeah.
beer, wine, whiskey, pool, table games.
All right. Jefferson Service Station. I don't think any of these buildings are running, except for that
That
one.
one is.
Highway 1 Market.
And it's barely running.
And they buy cannons.
Buy or sell? Are they building an armada?
I don't know. It said we
They're
buy
preparing
cannons.
we're right nowhere next to where I started talking about the United States infiltrating the plate. So maybe they're getting ready.
They're
for that.
aware.
Yeah. They're woke, man.
See, my thing is, like, once all of the bodies that have died from, like, Revolutionary War and everything become fossil fuels,
Yeah.
and we use those fossil fuels, are we then just putting slaves back to work?
Yes, absolutely. Also, I think by the time that they become fossil fuels, we won't have known what they're from. Because either there would have been an actual apocalypse, or just like a massive record loss or something like the burning of the Library of Alexandria.
Yeah.
Or we will not be relying on fossil fuels anymore, and they will literally stay there forever. Because, I mean...
I think an apocalypse will happen before we stop relying on fossil fuels.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a cataclysmic event will happen on Earth. But that's not going to happen in my lifetime, so I don't give a shit. Hello, bank. No, that isn't any bigger than the one that I started in. It's around the same size, but it's a little smaller. But in the middle of fucking nowhere, though.
Is that the interstate? That's a highway of some sort.
It's not an interstate. It's just, I think it's just a highway.
I don't know. I'm just driving.
I would look, but I don't think I care enough.
Yeah. So that's where they live. There's a lot of LeCap people, members,
Yeah.
that have the last name Rachel, Rachel, I don't know, it's Rachal.
Yeah.
Rachel is what I usually go with because it's a last name,
Yeah.
but that was like two separate driveways that were both Rachel Drive.
Yeah. I thought you like had a mental break for a second. It was like, friend. Like whenever we post this, you can look. I had legitimate concern on my face. It's like. I was like, so that's where they live. Dear Lord. I'm out. I'm walking home, boys.
It's my mortal enemies. I found where they live.
About damn time.
Yeah.
I already.
That house is so fucking far back.
Or maybe it's really close to another road.
Maybe.
For some reason, I doubt that.
It's just...
Because I think this might be their driveway.
I think so. It's gotta take so much gas just to get to the end of their fucking driveway.
What are you talking about, gas? They have a horse.
I just, like...
You know there's a carriage and buggy
Somewhere.
motherfucker living out here.
Oh, yeah. I just don't get how people live in tiny communities like that. Where you have little to no interaction with people, and the community itself is not gonna grow.
Yeah.
Or go anywhere or get
Yeah.
anything new.
The thing that I understand about that, like how I understand how they live, is that they're just really tight-knit as they are. Like, a few of them go into town, you know. But for the most part, they just... Each of them brings a different thing to the community, and so they basically live out there by themselves. Because they can. And it keeps them away from the drama of a bigger area.
I guess.
And the drama of a
that happens out way the fuck out here, I haven't seen a fucking firehouse
Yeah.
or anything that could put out a fire at all since we left Natchitoches, pretty much.
For the most part, they probably just have like a well, and they have pump lines. I know so much because a family member lived in an area like that. But they were maybe a bit closer to
Yeah.
a bigger town, but not much. They might have been like here or something.
I don't
Just
know.
like a
I'm
couple
just like,
miles.
I've always lived at most 15 minutes from like being in town.
Yeah. I mean, likewise. But when I say I lived in the middle of the woods, I lived like a minute away from Highway 80, which is like a massive fucking highway in Louisiana.
Yeah.
So we weren't far into the woods, but like you kind of had to walk a little bit to be able to see the highway. Like you had to, like, from our house, you had to walk this way for like a little bit.
My second house that I lived in, which is the one I lived in most of my life, because the first one was like birth to kindergarten.
Yeah.
The second one was first grade through 10th.
Yeah.
But that house was like 5 minutes from the city limits, and then 10, 12 minutes, depending on traffic-ish, from actually being like at Walmart in the middle of town.
Yeah.
And that neighborhood backed up to the Amy River, which was real nice because we knew some people that had one of the houses that was like on the river, and so we would talk to them every once in a while and just be like, hey, can we go fishing
Yeah.
in your backyard?
Yeah. We went fishing. I went fishing a few times at Uncle Leslie's. He owned. Yeah, I think he's passed. He owned a big ass farm, and it's still in the family, but we don't go there anymore.
How do you farm asses? It's a really big ass farm.
But he had very good peaches. He grew watermelons, a few other things, Christmas trees, and a big old pond. And we would go fishing there. I think I only went there like twice. And we went fishing a lot at like parks and things like that. I never really went out onto the water that I remember until my grandma married Jerry, who's my step-granddad, because he has a boat. But apparently I went on onto the water with my actual granddad before he passed whenever I was little. So... yeah. I wish I could go to a farmer's market.
Yeah.
Because I'm finally making money and everything is closed.
Yeah.
And so, like, I want to get nicer things, like, for food.
Right.
I mean,
You can
for
afford it.
obvious reasons.
Yeah.
And I can afford it. But, like, there are no farmer's markets because everything's closed.
Does Natchitoches even have a farmer's market?
I don't fucking know, but I know there's one in Shreveport.
I know there was one back home, and it was every other Saturday, I think.
Yeah, I think likewise with Shreveport. But really, all I want is I want some berries and I want honeycomb. That's it. That's all I want. I'm a simple man. I want good berries and honeycomb. I'm not talking about good berries as in the ranger or druid spell.
Is that a D&D?
Yes.
Okay.
Good berry is a spell where you can produce 10 berries
Oh yeah, you did use that.
Yeah. They fully nourish you and bring back a certain amount of health. And that's for a day. Each of the berries. So I think each berry brings back 1 health. But the primary thing is if you're playing a survival game, it just breaks that survival game. Because you suddenly don't need food or water anymore. All you need is to be able to cast Good Berry.
Yeah.
And it's a first level spell. And so long as you can take rests, you can cast Good Berry. So you wouldn't need to worry about food or anything. All you need to worry about is shelter. And there are also spells for that. And so survival game types aren't played a lot, and if they are, there are specific rules about what you can do and what you can't do in them. So
Hello, horse.
some of them
Now I see the U back.
Yeah. Some dungeon masters, when they're making survival games, use counter spells. To where there's basically there's a rune in this area that's preventing certain spells or certain types of spells from being cast, like Purify Food and Drink, Good Berry, things like that. So you actually have to have survival skills. If you have Good Berry and Purify Food and Drink, then you're good. Because you can just, if you get a bucket of water, cast Purify Food and Drink on it, drink that, and then whenever your party pees, you do it again, and you're good. You don't have to worry about getting continuous water. Because you got it.
Interesting.
Basically, if you have a ranger and a cleric, you're good.
Interesting. I'm ready for this pandemic to be done.
Likewise.
I want to be able to do things.
Yeah. I want to be able to do things, but I'm making more money because it's not done.
Yeah.
Not much more, but enough more,
My thing is, it's almost summer for me.
Yeah.
I have 1 week after this week of classes left.
And you want to be able to enjoy your summer.
I want to be able to go back to work. And they can't hire me if they can't do shit.
Yeah.
Which already our stay-at-home order has been extended to May 15th for the state of Louisiana, which means even into...
Regardless, you're going to have a couple weeks of nothing.
Which is fine, because I've got the new game, Ori, and the...
Will of the Wisps.
Blind Forest is the one I got.
Oh.
Will of the Wisp is the second one. I got the first one.
Yeah. Will of the Wisp was also really pretty.
Yeah. I really want to play it.
Yeah. Ashley, so I told you Ashley got a Nintendo Switch.
Yes.
She was given to her by... What? Her friends gave it to her. I really lost that one. It's been a while. My brain just went, no.
That one really got
Try
away
again.
from you.
Yeah. But because of that, she doesn't have oranges and cherries anymore. So.
Big rip.
Yeah. I said, let me know if you get them back so I can tell Caleb.
Mm-hmm.
But she hasn't told me anything, probably because she forgot, or because she's been busy, or because many other reasons, but
I do have one friend who has everything on their island already. It's my old choir teacher from high school.
Yeah.
But she hasn't added me as a friend. We're added as friends on Nintendo, but not on
Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing. And I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
So I've only got one other friend on Animal Crossing, and it's Eli, and he's the one who sent the request because I have no fucking clue how to do it.
Yeah. Is there a post office?
There is, but it's only if you like want to visit people's island. I think. I don't fucking know.
I would think a train or something would be to visit them. I don't think you mail yourself to the other island. No, like a train or a boat or something.
It's a plane service.
Ah. I remember in New Leaf, the train, which I only played a little bit of.
This one, it's the Dodo Airlines.
Yeah.
It's run by dodo birds. And it's hilarious because every time you go to fly on the plane, it like has this little like small plane engine startup noise like and it's got the dodo bird and it's just it's fucking great. That's probably my favorite thing about Animal Crossing, in all honesty.
Yeah. Ashley wants me to get a Switch, but I keep telling her I just don't have enough time to enjoy it properly.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, like, the reason why I can justify playing games on my computer is because it's either I play games on my computer or I watch YouTube or Netflix or something on my computer.
Yeah.
Because it has other uses. A Nintendo Switch I would only use for gaming, and I just...
Hey, you can put YouTube and stuff like that on it.
Yeah, but if I have a computer, which I already do,
Yeah.
I wouldn't look at the little screen.
What I've been doing is like I'll run YouTube videos or whatever I'm watching on Disney Plus, Hulu, whatever,
Yeah.
on my laptop, and then have my Switch playing Animal Crossing or eventually Ori. But I want to put Ori up on our big TV because, oh my god, it's going to look so beautiful.
We can do that tonight.
We can.
What else are you doing?
I mean, I need to work on my homework
Oh, yeah.
because a lot of it is due this week.
How about this? 2 hours from when we get home, which should be around just after 7? No, just after 6.
Yeah.
We eat and then do that.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure you can accomplish a lot in 2 hours. So,
Should be able to.
yeah.
I might be able to at least get like one full thing for Scanlan done.
Yeah. His assignments weren't that bad.
Yeah.
What I just did was have the PowerPoint up and the quiz.
Yeah. I'll get a full thing for Scanlan done today, and then tomorrow I'm gonna get all of my Reading 4080 stuff done that I can because most of that stuff is due like Wednesday and Friday.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the week will be Scanlan work again
Yeah.
because it's all due on Friday. Everything for the class except for the final exam is due on like the actual final date.
Yeah.
Which I don't remember what day it is, but I know it's next week.
Yeah. That's one thing that I liked about Scanlan. Everything was available and everything was due
The last day.
the last day of classes. So it was like, just do whatever the fuck you want. Just get it done. You
My
know,
plan was to do it
all and then be done with it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I planned on doing,
But
and I
would-
didn't.
But like my plan was gonna be like do it over spring break or something like that. But then
Yeah.
during spring break I went and spent the week at Kimberly's, and during my other week that I was planning on doing it, I was back home and like
Yeah.
busy with family and all that fun drama
Easter.
that happened.
And so
it just never got done.
you're just gotta crack down and do shit.
Yeah.
Thanks. Check eyes.
At least speed up when you're gonna
Yeah.
pull out in front of somebody.
Awesome.
I will put my dick in your ass and thrust,
Not just the tip.
not just the tip. There was
We didn't stop and kick the sign.
that's okay. There was one time. Have you ever seen dreadlocks, like the percussion, like brushes, dreadlocks?
Yes.
Before? for viewers' sake. It's like wire brushes, but much thicker, like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Girth.
I guess.
Ribbed for
Like,
your pleasure.
about this thick, and it's just kind of coiled around itself. And it's called dreadlocks. And you can kind of use it as a brush to hit a snare with. We use them in marching band my junior and senior year because I legitimately think what happened was my band director purchased them because he thought they looked cool, and then he like requested the guy that was writing our percussion parts to write something that included them, and so he did.
Yeah.
But there was one point where I threatened one of the other guys with them in the funniest way that I could, because they come in like a tube like this, and then you expand it, and it's got the brushes going out in multiple directions. So I told him, like, when it was still closed, I was going to shove it into his asshole and then spread it out. And he just like cringed up so hard. It was so funny.
Dreadlocks are nasty.
Yeah.
Like actual dreadlocks.
Oh, I like actual dreadlocks. Depending on the person, I think they look decent. Like Eric and his dreadlocks, I think he wears them pretty well the way he wears his hair.
Yeah, like they look fine, but it's just like all of the dreadlocks that I've ever like gotten close to or touched have been just greasy as fuck.
I think that's the way they're supposed to be.
Yeah, and that's just nasty to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I see Eric a lot at work. We used to like chat and whatnot, because it'd be like, "Oh, hey Eric, I know you from high school," and then
Didn't he work there at one point?
where?
Super One.
He works there now.
Oh, he still does? Okay.
Yeah. That's why I see him all the time.
Okay. I just remember we saw him like yesterday when we were there
he
shopping.
was working. He works for Curbside.
Okay. He looked like he was just shopping.
No, that's what Curbside does.
Okay.
Curbside is our pickup service
Gotcha.
where you order groceries online, they shop for you, put it into paper bags, and then bring it out to your car.
Sorry, I just like gassed it there.
Ready to get fucking home.
I'm just ready to be done with this semester, and I'm gonna try my best to not get yoinked out of teacher candidacy.
Not get yoked. Yeah.
They just like, they see me and they just like pull me up, just get the fuck out. No, I really don't want that to happen, because
Hopefully not.
I do want to be a teacher.
Yeah.
I don't really have a backup plan. Being a teacher was my backup plan.
Yeah. What was your front up plan?
My front up plan was to become a famous rock star, but obviously that never happened.
Ah.
No, my plan before that was I wanted to be a composer,
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember.
but that is not a sustainable full-time job.
No. Teaching is, and then you compose on the side.
Yeah,
That's what I had planned on doing.
and that's what sucks. Like, you hear all about all this shit in music history. Like, these people were just full-time composers. That's all they did.
Yeah, because they were fucking ancient.
Yeah. But
And you could like work for a king and he fed you and shoved his dick in your ass and that was all you got paid.
Yeah.
And that was like a fucking living. And so
I just kind of wanted to still be like that. Not with the dick in my ass, but,
okay.
you know.
Okay, friend. Sure.
All right.
Okay.
We'll see you guys eventually.
Love you.